Hello, hello. I'm trying something new. I hope this is working. Let me see. Yes, I surely hope this is working. But my name is Francis King, and today I have a treat for you guys. I want to share something that I have been really working on for the past 2 years, and it's called a Kingdom Assignment Coach. So I'm a brand strategist, and this is one of the things that I truly enjoy. And I'll tell you how I got here. If you watched my last video, you kind of have a kind of feel of who I am and my mission here. And so this is an extension of that video. So if you've not watched the last live that I did a few days ago, just go check it out. You kind of have a feel of what value I can bring to the world, or I plan to bring to the world. I want to put a stamp here on earth. And it's our mandate to make sure we do that. And so I want to share something that I've been honestly like working on for a very long time. I launched it last year and it was crickets. You know how they say like launch your first product and your mom is going to be the first person to buy it and the only one to buy it. And that's what happened. I launched the product and it was crickets. The product is valuable because that's what I've been using to sell one-on-one brand strategy sessions. But for some reason, it took me a year to figure out what was wrong. And a big part of it was my messaging. And this is one of the things that we'll be talking about today. I'll also try and show you the Kingdom Assignment Coach. I actually did a brand strategy session on myself. So you'll be able to see it in action. And I hope that this year, as you make your plans for your goals for next year, you will walk into 2026 with so much clarity. And I think that's very important because something that really sucks, like honestly, like really sucks, is when you know that you're so gifted, but the bank account is not reflecting your gifts. Your bank account is not reflecting your talents. Your bank account is not reflecting your prayer life. And one of the biggest desire that I have is to be able to help specifically the body of Christ how to market their own products. Because you can have a talent, but a talent will not pay bills if you do not know how to market yourself. You can have an amazing product, but that product is not going to do anything for anyone if you do not know how to market it. And as the body of Christ, I have seen a very big gap, and I hope to be able to provide value in that gap. And I have seen so many creatives, including myself. And the product that I'm going to be showing you, let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah, it's called the Kingdom Assignment Coach. And I hope you take advantage of this. I charge $500 to do like a brand strategy session. And this is the very tool that I use. So you might not get like a one-on-one with me. That's why I've decrease the price to a price that anybody can be able to afford, especially with the Black Friday here in the US. And so it's going for only $47, and I will show you what you will get with this. But before we get there, I want to show you what you need to first do before we get there. So you'll have to answer a few questions, yeah? So I've created some questions here. Again, most of you might know this concept. It's called what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. So if you've read that book, it's an amazing book. I would recommend anyone to read it. They don't talk entirely about this, but they talk about like slowing down. I think we're living in a very fast-paced culture. And I'm Kenyan, and I've seen that just seep into our own country. It was just a few years ago that people had time for you when you go back home, but today you need to be on the clock. The last time I went to Kenya, it was so hard to meet some of my friends because they're so busy, and we usually go back home so that you can kind of slow down, but it's as busy as here. And so I love the book. It talks about slowing down, talks about gardening, it talks about just being out there in the nature, building communities, investing in friendships. It's not just all about money, because there's so many things that are more valuable than money. This past week, lost like a really dear friend on a car accident. A tire just flew from somebody's car and came and smashed his window and passed away immediately. As in, the whole community is like in shock. We so many things that are so valuable than money: life, your health, breath, being able to breathe, being able to drive and go to the store and come back. That's a miracle by itself. But sometimes we're so focused on my bills, my money, and we'll be talking about that. But I want to tell you that there's something that is more valuable than that. And so for the Kingdom assignment, I don't want to just show you how you can monetize your gift. I want to show you the impact that you can create in people's lives. And this is part of your Kingdom assignment. And you need to be able to find it. That's number one. And then find a way to monetize it and then market it. And hopefully in the next series of videos, I'll be able to show you how to do that. So that's just the idea behind this concept. You want to figure out some things that you love. And so sometimes to be able to know your true north, you need to connect the dots looking backwards. Because sometimes looking at the dots looking forward, you might not see where the dots are. But you look back and see the places that God has brought you from, the experiences, both the painful ones and the highs and the lows. Everything matters. And you're able to reflect on that in a curated brand strategy session. You can be able to pretty much kind of figure out your true compass or your why or your Kingdom assignment. For me as a believer, like I believe in the Kingdom assignment. And so this is what I tweaked, because last year I was just selling it this and people were like, what is this Ikigai thing? I don't understand what Ikigai is. But I've borrowed that concept to help us. You can take a framework, and it's so amazing how all these things are found in the Word of God, yeah? And again, in the next new series, I'll be showing you some like dope things, man. One of the things that I've realized, especially as a believer, if you read your Word and you happen to be an accountant or a marketer or a chef, you are going to find principles that will help in your business. I'm telling you, like I personally believe that Jesus was the best marketer in the world, and it's gonna blow your mind. I have a resource that I created with 25 marketing principles, and what happened was I started seeing scriptures that support these marketing principles, and it dawned to me, is like, maybe this guy's got these principles from the Word of God. I won't be surprised because it's amazing. Anyway, I digress. So what happens is when you pick something that you love over here and something that you're good at, that's passion. But if it's not paying, you end up going to look for a job. Okay? All right. The other one is good and paid. You might be good at something and that's why you get paid, and that's your profession. That's what you do, like your 9 to 5, yeah? Or even it can be a business that you're good at, you can be paid for. And I've been in those situations where I'm good at something, I'm getting paid for it, but I don't love it, And so you want to find something that kind of touches everything. Like the other one is missionaries. You can be passionate about helping people. It's something that the world needs, but if you're not getting paid for it, you're going to be a broke missionary, and it's not fun. And then the last one is you can be paid to fulfill something that is a need out there and make money out of it. And people call that vocation. I have a very horrible example, because not everything that the world needs, not everything that you're paid for, the world, I don't know how to say this. There are people who are being paid for a need that's not contributing to the society, and people don't even love it. So let's say like drugs. People were depressed and going through like a really hard time, and they fall into people who are selling like drugs or bad company. It becomes like a need, because once you take it, it becomes a need, and those guys get paid for it, but you do not necessarily love what they do. And they can be really good at it, but they're not contributing to the world. So I know that's a horrible example, but that's just an example that I wanted to share. So what you're going to do, you're going to answer 4 sets of questions. Each set of questions has 3 questions. In my brand strategy sessions, one-on-one, we go way deeper than this, but this by itself, and I'll show you because I did it before I jumped onto this video, you'll see how powerful this thing is, yeah? So you'll take your time and answer these questions. I would recommend that you get a friend, a trusted friend. Give them these questions, tell them what you're trying to do, show them this video, and then have them ask you these questions. You want to turn on your phone and record, yeah? Speak in English, please, so that I can be able to extract that audio. We're going to use that transcript to be able to extract the content from it, yeah? And then we're going to put them in the different buckets, okay? So you're going to answer what you love. Then you're going to come to the second set of questions, what you are good at. There are 3 questions over there. I won't read them, but I'll give you access to this document, yeah? And then you're going to go to what you can be paid for, and you're going to list that 1, 2, 3, okay? And then the last one, what the world needs. You're going to give as much information as you think. There's no wrong or correct or answer. Like, you just share from your heart. And when you start talking, don't stop talking. Just keep sharing. Let it be like let it be somebody that you trust, that you can be very vulnerable and open your heart to and feel comfortable like talking to them, yeah? So, record those. And then once you are done, you're going to answer this last question. I love this last question, especially when you feel like you're stuck. If you find yourself at a standstill, consider this thought. If you were invited to deliver a TED Talk for 100K and couldn't conduct any research on the subject, what insight or experience would you choose to share? Okay, so we are trying to connect the dots looking back. So now what will happen, we'll take all these answers, and I've prepared something that you can use that will help you find your why. An intersection of all these 4 things. And the reason why you want to do that is because nowadays we are falling into this trap of the shiny object syndrome. I don't know how they say it, where you're constantly starting from scratch all the time. And this is what I mean. You find, let me see if I can, let me see if I can show you what I mean here. You'll find yourself, I was trying to find can't find the writing thing. Anyway, you'll find yourself, let me draw this, let me show you. So let's get a circle here. Okay. Just gonna use this, yeah? So this is one circle. Let's get another one, and another one, and another one. So now what happens is you come here, you're really good at social media. You want to become a social media marketer or manager, yeah? So you come here and then you start. So it's exciting at first, and then you realize, hey, this hobby is not paying, yeah? And so what is happening at that moment, you're going through this curve where you're excited, then there's always a dip. When you're learning, it's exciting. But then now when you want to start making money and make a business out of it, you experience this dip because then you realize like, oh my goodness, I need a mentor. I need to know how to create systems. I need to know, and all these things. But while you are experiencing the dip, you see someone else who is doing copywriting. And you're like, let me leave this, let me go to this. When you come here, what has just happened, you just started again from scratch. It's going to get exciting. You're going to learn all these things and you'll be like, okay, let me launch. When you're about to launch, you experience this dip. Like, this is so hard. And then you see something else. You're like, real estate. You jump into it. What just happened? You just started again from scratch. So you're constantly jumping from one thing to the other. At the end of it all, you find out after like 2-3 years, you know so much, but nothing is working for you. You're still working in your 9-to-5. Yet you know a little bit about drop shipping. You know a little bit about using Canva and how to make money using Canva, but you've not even made a dime with it. You got into photography, into videography, into marketing, into copywriting. Like, you're constantly learning, and you fall into this trap of just buying courses, consuming content on YouTube all the time, and jumping from one thing to the other. And so now you become a generalist instead of a specialist. And if you think about it, if I have a toothache, I'm not looking for a general doctor. I'm going to look for a dentist because I need this pain taken care of. And so wait, Babi, I'm recording.
Daddy, your phone is cracked.
Okay. Go give Gabi to charge for you. I am recording. 1 second, I'm almost done. That's my son. So that's what happens. And so you want to be a specialist. You want to push through, learn that thing really well. And this was the best advice that I was given by a mentor. I was privileged to not only work for a 7-figure company, but also to be mentored. And I learned so much about mindset. But the one thing that I took from that, and I've had it so many times, but it just clicked. Because I teach marketing classes, but it just clicked. Because sometimes it's one thing to know, it's another thing to do. And I'll tell you why I was struggling to just focus on one thing. My challenge was I felt like I was wasting all the years that I have gained learning all these other things. I felt like I was betraying my other gifts and talents. The problem with that, and you need to reconcile with yourself and be like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on this one thing, is you want to become a funnel. All those other things can be supporting cast, but what is bringing the most money for me was brand strategy sessions and brand photography. I chose brand strategy session because I finally found my assignment and my calling. And I hope when you do this exercise, you'll be able to figure out what is your one thing that you can focus and put all your energy in. And all these other things can be supporting things to the point where if you get a client, you know that they need the next thing and you just provide it. But they know you as the dentist. But when you go to the dentist, they'll be like, yeah, I know why you're having a headache. I know someone that can help you with your levels, and help you with nutrition. So you're also partnering with other people, other creatives, but you're specializing with one thing, okay? And you want to pick the one thing that is like a big funnel inside the one thing. And so for me, it's a kingdom assignment. A lot of people do not know what they're called to do here on earth, especially believers, because that's my target, yeah? You don't know where to start. You're gifted, but you don't know where to start. And so I've talked too much. I want to show you this thing. I want to show you my own personal brand strategy session that I did on myself. And then you'll be able, so I'll drop this link. This is where you'll be able to purchase this. It's $47. You can read about it here and just get to know what you're going to get. You're going to get a 60-page document. It's that intense and very focused, and it's going to help you. But it's going to help you based on the answers that you give. And you can use this as many times as possible. Keep refining your answers, but you will be surprised, even if you don't put much in it, how good this thing is, yeah? All right, I'm done talking. Let me show you an example. So when you go down here, you'll be able to click this, and it's going to give you my own brand strategy that I did on myself, okay? So this is what you're going to get. So inside this assessment, when you click here, just hit accept. Okay, let me put my, if you put, you'll be able to choose your country if you're from a different country. So for me, that's my whatever. I'll hit pay. Okay, this is a digital accountability planner. It's also really amazing. If you're struggling with accountability, and I will show you another day how to use it, but you can say, continue adding it, add to cart, or without it. It's fine. Doesn't matter to me. What I want you to get is this thing. So verify. So this is what you're going to get. So I'm assuming at this point you have your answers. So you're going to come and download your brand identity accelerator kit. And then you have download your complete brand strategy blueprint. So there are two things here. I want to focus on this one, yeah? And then here, this is intellectual property. So I'm going to come after you if you try and sell this thing. The good thing is I'm giving you guys like a 60% affiliate link. So if you've never sold a digital product, if you sign up and you qualify for this, I will give you a link and you'll be able to sell this to other people, or direct them to this video and then put your own link, yeah, underneath. So that's take advantage of that. If you've never made even a single dollar online, this is going to be a blessing to you. It's just amazing if you've ever made money online, it's the best feeling ever. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna download the identity accelerator. Let's do this one. So you're gonna click that. You're gonna get a prompt. This is the prompt that you are going to just copy all of it. It's a very long prompt. For those who know prompt engineering, I don't think there's anyone who has a long prompt like this one. So for $47, that's a steal. So you're going to copy this exactly as it is, like that. Then you're going to go to ChatGPT, okay? I prefer cloud. I like cloud. So you're going to copy this there, okay? It's going to paste itself there. Then you're going to go and get your answers. Do I even know where my answers are? Okay. Oh, they were on a Canva template. Let's see where it is. Okay. So we're going to go get our answers. Here are my answers. Let me just copy them. I just want to show you how to do it. So I've copied. Okay. I've copied. Oh, and here's a verse. I wanted to show you this verse, but let me first show you this thing. Then I'll copy all my answers here and paste them there. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It's going to now create a brand strategy session for you. So to save you time, it's going to take just a minute for it to create, but I'm going to show you what I got. Okay. So once you do that, this is what you're going to get. I don't know if this is big enough. I want you guys to be able to see it. Let's see. Let me zoom in a little bit because I want us to go through this. That way, even as you purchase, you know what you're getting. And I'll let you guys decide if this is worth. I believe it's worth it. Do this exercise before the year ends. So, again, so you'll have your full picture of your kingdom-based marketing for your business. So, table of content, it tells you like brand strategy deep dive, 3 detailed ideal customer avatars. And this is very important when it comes to people create products and then they start looking for customers. No, you find your customer and then you go create a product that solves their problem. But we don't stop there. We want to make sure that you're not just creating products for customers just so that you can serve them. You also want to make sure that you actually have the skills and actually enjoy and love this thing that you're doing. So that's the other layer that I'm adding, that you don't end up having a business or creating a business that you don't even like. There's so many people who are making money, but they are frustrated. You might not even know. They don't even enjoy that business anymore. They can't wait to sell it. And so what happens with that, you end up not creating impact. You're just doing it just for the money. And so my goal is to make sure that you are doing your kingdom assignment and monetizing it and making money and transforming lives. Your return on investment is not just money. It's the souls and the peoples and the lives that you're able to transform. And so here you'll get 3 ideal customer avatars. That way you know when you're creating content, you know who you are creating the content for specifically. Nobody understands them better than you. Okay? Because people don't buy products. They buy the transformation that your product promises to deliver to them. Yeah. So then you'll have your offer architect. You'll have email sequences if you want to get into email marketing. You get a sales page. If you want to now create a product and sell, you'll have content pillars. This is amazing, especially in creating content. You will feel lost if you do not have content pillars. And some of you might not even understand what some of these things are, but it's going to shed so much light. When you create this and you go add it to a ChatGPT, now if you want to create content, it always references your brand strategy. And this makes content creation so easy because it's able to reference you. It understands that this is what your business is all about. Most of us, we are trying to create even like content and write emails, but it doesn't understand the nature of your business. Okay? So you'll get a brand strategy deep dive. It will tell you who you are. So for me, it nailed it. It says you are not just a marketer. You're not just a coach. You're not just a teacher. You're a translator between 2 worlds. You lived in one world, the faith world, church, calling, purpose, spiritual alignment, but financial stress, trapped between obligation and freedom. You studied another world, marketing, psychology, systems, strategy, automation, profit-driven tactics that felt slim against your faith, and you discovered something profound. These 2 worlds don't have to be separate. Jesus understood marketing better than anyone. His targeting was precise. His storytelling was legendary. His multiplication strategies was exponential. I can't wait to start this community, guys, and show you some of the things that I've learned in the scripture. That's who you are, someone who bridges faith and business, not by watering down either one, but by showing their work to get they work better together. So here's my purpose. I help talented Christians monetize their God-given gifts so they can step into their kingdom assignment without financial stress, time poverty, or the guilt of choosing between calling and survival. This is it. I love this. So again, talented Christians often can monetize their gift. They like marketing knowledge. We talked about that, yeah? Secular marketing techniques feel inauthentic. I love empathy-driven marketing, where I am not coercing you to make a decision. I am guiding you and showing you the option and allowing you to make the decision. There's nothing as beautiful as giving people choice. And Jesus models this. He's like, he's the way of life. He's the way of death. I would prefer you choose life, but here, you make the choice. You can be in a healthy relationship if you're not given the permission to choose. And Jesus understood this. He was like, I love you guys so much that I'm willing to die on the cross for you. but I'm not going to deny you the ability to choose. I'm going to leave it to you guys to either choose to either follow me or not follow me. Yeah. So again, I love that approach of marketing. Yeah. Financial stress preventing them from serving full time. A lot of creatives are stuck between their 9 to 5 and serving God. And they love God. And so it's no question about serving God. We have to serve God because what else are you doing? But then the other time you're in your 9 to 5, but then you have this dream that you're not able to market, that you don't even know the strategies and the principles that you're supposed to use to be able, or even the mindset that you're supposed to have to be able to build this on the side so that you can step out of this and have enough funds to even fund the kingdom of God. I believe that we are moving into a season of kingdom men and women who are going to have enough resources to fund the kingdom of God, because our governments are not doing anything, unfortunately. Especially in the US, so sad what's happening. It's so sad. And so you want to be, especially if you live here, and even with what's going on with AI, that's another whole entire conversation. AI is not going to take your job, but somebody who knows how to use AI will. And that's the sad part about it. And so we need to be on top. As believers, we need to be on top of these things. And, I've met believers who are like, AI is the devil. Yet they're still using it to write their emails. Yet they're still using Google, and Google is AI. You see, what happens is it's how you choose to use it. There's others who are using it for bad, and there are others who are using it for the kingdom. It's up to you. You can do good with it. You can automate your processes and save a lot of money for your company. Not so that you can fire people, but you can grow your company even more, because now you can give your team more tools that will help 10x their production. It's up to you how you want to use it. Anyway, let's continue the brand strategy. All right. You have your core values. Will be listed there. You'll have your original story, the why behind everything. So that's why you want to answer those questions. Don't just answer in one sentence. Like, talk. Give a story behind your answers. One of the things when I'm doing like one-on-one brand strategy is I learned the Facebook question. What are you thinking? What's on your mind? And when somebody talks, pause. Don't be afraid to be quiet. Let them talk. And then once they're done, ask them, what else? What else? Why? Why do you love that? Oh, I love basketball. Why do you love basketball? The way it just makes me feel, I just feel happy. Why do you feel happy? Like, go deep. Answer, is there a story behind why you love basketball? Like, ask them those questions so that you can go deep, so that you can have a really good, I wish I could do brand strategy on all of you on one-on-one, but it's impossible. And I want to help as many people as possible. So there is my story. You feel free. I'll put a link there. You can go deep and just look at it. My competitive positioning, my market landscape, my unfair advantage. It also gives you like a framework. Mine is called Kingdom, and each abbreviation represents something. How you are different from each competitor. So it does that for you. Your target audience. And you can do like even deeper market research on this. So my first avatar is successful but a trapped CEO. Okay. So they're busy, successful in their field, gifted in church, faith context, wanted to serve full time, but don't see how, because they have a 9 to 5. They're primarily paying. They don't have time and clarity. Money is not a problem for them. They just don't have time and clarity. And this is where I come in. And I'm able to get them to hire someone, and I get to train that person and give them the tools that they need to start building this company for them to the point where they can be able to step out of their 9 to 5 and be able to do a business that they enjoy and serve full time if they want. Okay, that's the goal, to free yourself so that you can serve God. That's my ultimate goal, and to have the freedom of time and money. As believers, we can't afford to be broke. As in, the kingdom is doing, like, the kingdom needs our money. And when I say the kingdom, I'm not talking about church. The world needs transformers. It needs, and the church included. But I'm talking that there's so much good that you can do if you have money. It's a tool. You don't fall in love with it. You fall in love with the transformation that you can cause in people's lives and how you can advance the kingdom of God. That's what you should fall in love with. Anyway, again, my second avatar, Imagine Social Media Manager. This one, I love it how it captured this, because this is a person that I want to train to be able to land these jobs that will be created by this CEO of business. So I'm positioning these guys, I'm training them, and I can deploy them here. You see how like amazing the whole thing is? I hope it gets you excited to even want to try yourself. And the lastly is we have a big passion for couples. One of the things that kind of messes it up for couples is that it's not that we don't love each other, is money. Money can be something else. Money can break relationships. I've seen it. I've seen it break relationships. Sometimes it's just the fact that you guys don't ever get time to spend time together. You're always like this. Pitana ka gari, passing each other like cars. And so I would love to impact couples. I was a nurse, and I have a sweet spot for nurses because I know some of the struggles that they go through. Yes, you're making the money, but you fall into trap, especially if you're not financially savvy. You find yourself committing yourself to do things based on money that you're going to earn. And then when you have committed yourself and you want now to work extra, they tell you the census is low and one of you needs to go home. And you are banking on that check to be able to pay for that thing that you committed yourself to do. And now you're constantly at work, working 60 hours. You're making good money, but you're never home. I want you to use your 9 to 5 to invest into your dreams. Invest in what God has called you to do. And you'll have to pay some money. You'll have to pay it with time or with money. But you have to invest. Stop buying properties anymore now. As in, the ones you have is enough. Now start investing in your dream. First figure out what God has called you to do. And then find mentors who can be able to help you execute that. And cause the change. Not just the money, the change and the transformation in people's lives. Here's my customer journey. So right now, as you are talking, I am selling you this thing. 47. Okay, I'm starting a community. It's going to start at 27. It's going to go up. And my goal is to just help believers know how to market their products and their services the kingdom way. Okay, I'm super excited for that. And I might not go through the whole document. I told you it's a very long document. And if you take your time to go through it, I promise you, this is the best $47 you'll ever spend in your life. Okay? This is what you're going to get. I charge $500 for this. Of course, now we sit down and we personalize it even more. Okay? So this is just creating off what you share. So if you keep refining your answers, at least you have a template that you can edit. You have a clear direction on where you're going. And it lists even some other things that I've added in value stacking in communities. So the pricing logic, the idea of the 747, 997, there's psychology in selling things ending with a 7. So there are some things that you might not even understand that have been put in this. It does finds your marketing gap. Why now? Gives you some more stuff. Please don't get overwhelmed. It does like a market research. So you're not just doing anything, yeah? It even gives you like your yearly goal. You're not, I'm even doing revenues for you guys, yeah? Your revenue goals, yeah? Here it's going through your avatar. I hope I've sold you into this, guys. Get it this Black Friday. It's gonna go back to its original price. After this, the next 2 weeks, I'll figure it out. I think I have like the first 100 is going to be 47. Then I'm gonna raise the price. Take advantage of this. This is really good, especially when you're creating content. You wanna figure out the pain points of your customer. You want to start with pain. So one framework, and I'll give this for you for free. You want to structure your content like this, especially if you're creating carousels or you're writing an email or you are a blogger or a YouTuber. You want to start with a hook, a painful hook. Then you want to exaggerate the pain. So you can put this framework on ChatGPT, say what you want, and then give it this framework. It's a copywriting framework that is amazing, especially if you're running ads. So you start with pain, a painful hook. You exaggerate the pain. You give them valuable insights in groups of 3 or 5. And then a call to action to learn more. So the call to action to learn more is either to come download a free Clarity, whatever, or whatever something free, like a lead magnet, so that in exchange you can get emails. And so we'll talk about this in another time, but it's good to understand the pains of your customers so that you can know, how can I reposition my product in such a way it's solving that pain? Because you're not selling that service of creating a website or social media manager. That's the wrong thing to sell. What you're selling is, I'm able to solve this pain, and either through time or save you money. Any business owner that you're trying to sell anything to, if they're not seeing how you're saving them money or making them more money or saving them time, they're not listening to you. That's another thing that is going to be an expense to their business. But if they see how that thing is valuable, it's no question. You already have their attention. And so that's why you need to start with pain, but you need to first understand your customer. This video is taking too long. That was not the goal. But I wanted to show you guys their desires. You want to know their desires better than anyone else. So if you're selling somebody something, nobody should know that customer better than you. Your competitors should not know that customer better than you. You guys can be selling the same product. It can even be on the same shelf. But the person who understands the customer more wins all the time. Again, it does research on their language. So if you use their language in your content, they're able to see oh, this person gets me. This person gets me. And you probably have heard me mention some of these things. Yeah? So you want to use these things. You feel entrapped, living a double life. Building someone else's dream. Your 9 to 5 is building somebody else's dream. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you need experience. You need to learn how to take instruction. You need to know how it feels being an employee, so that you know how to better treat the employees that God are going to bring your way. Nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. It's actually one of the best character development place you can ever have. If you go there with the mindset of I'm here to get mentored, I'm here to earn money to be able to invest in my dream, you end up loving your 9 to 5. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. And there are people who 9 to 5 is it, and they love it, because you need employees. Even you can't put down 9 to 5, yet you are going to be a business owner one day, and you'll need people to work under you. So the seeds that you're sowing in the place of employment, just know you're going to harvest them. So you want to change your attitude towards it. Give it your very best. Give it your very best. Treat that business like your own business. Think about it as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Be so valuable that the day that you leave, they are like, man, as in you brought value to a company. Don't be the kind of person that they're like, they can't wait for you to leave. Yeah? And don't burn bridges. You never know when you need people, okay? They're buying triggers. I'm telling you, I know you can tell I have put a lot of work in this. I don't need to convince you to get it. But I just want to show you guys what this thing is all about. Again, I'm going to come after if you try and take this and sell it by yourself. Just keep it to yourself. Use it. If you want to sell it, I have an affiliate link. Just use it and make money out of it. You just use the same website. I'll send you a link, okay? Yeah, it's my blood and sweat. And I want to help people. So don't abuse it. Use it well. Use it for yourself. Don't share it, please. And when I say don't share it, I'm talking about this prompt, okay? Don't share it. If you do and I find you, I have this here. Okay, so please read it because I'm gonna come after you with a smile on my face. Okay, all right. Anyway, I know you are good people. Okay, all right. And remember, whatever you sow, that's what you get. Okay. Anyway, I told you it's 61 pages. Gives you some email sequences, social media content. Pretty much, this is something that you can take even a week to just process. Okay? And if you need more help, just subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be breaking down each and every aspect of this and giving you a ton more value because I want you to succeed. This is the year that I've promised myself that I'm going to make the most money I've ever made because I believe that I'll be bringing value to a lot of people. Okay? I took some time to study and it's now time to apply what I've studied. And I want to encourage you. I'm giving you permission to start sharing with others, especially in your field. Start sharing the things that you've learned. Don't wait until you have it all together to share your gift and your talents and what you do. Okay? And then one last thing that I want you to do. Again, it's 60 pages. One last thing that I want you to do for yourself. If you feel stuck today, after you do this exercise, I want you to come here and I want you to gather this and find out what are some of the services that you think you can provide for people. And I want you to pick that one thing and I want you to go to your contact list. As in, you're going to thank me if you do this, okay? And I promise you, you're going to get some rent money this week if you do this, okay? And this is my gift to you. I want you to, and ask ChatGPT to help you do this. I want you to figure out, in a nutshell, what value you can bring. It has to be something that you have been paid for or people get paid for to do, okay? So if it's photography, if it's whatever it is. And I want you to write this text, okay? Ask ChatGPT again to help you do this. I want you to ask it. I want you to write this first. I want you to go to your contact list. Everyone who's in your contact list, you're going to send them this message. And you're going to tell them, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I've decided to launch my business. And these are the services that I provide. Would you happen to know anyone in your circle who needs these services? Okay? The strategy behind this is you will be shocked by the number of people in your contact list who do not even know that you're able to provide some of these services. So one thing will happen is they would happily recommend you to someone. And I'm sure there's somebody who is looking for the services that you provide. They just did not know that you provide them. The other thing that is a big possibility, you just let them know your services. And if they need those services, they'll be like, hey, yeah, I actually needed a photographer. Okay? And you're just going to do it once. You just want to make sure that in your contact list, there's nobody who needs your services. They just don't know you provide it. And then the other thing is, they might, at this very moment, as you're texting, they will be like, thank you so much. I will happily recommend you because they have a relationship with you. And if you get business, please come back to this video and comment there. And it's like, Francis, thank you for giving me game. All right? Anyway, that's it. It's a wrap. Love you guys. All the links to the product will be below. Take advantage of them. Please don't cross next year not figuring out what you need to do. If you know what you need to do, kudos, keep going. If you're unsure and you're stuck and you're broke, please, and you don't know what your kingdom assignment is, please, 47 is the cheapest that this product will ever be. Once I get testimonials, I'm going to bump up the price, okay? And I think I have it for the first 100 people. Let me see. I can't remember what I wrote on the website. Let me see. And I have other products here. If you guys ever want to create products, I can show you. I don't know if I said the first 100. Anyway, I think I had like the first 100. I can't remember. But yeah, take advantage of it. I'm going to drop a link below. God bless you. Just go be amazing. I'm giving you permission to do what God has called you to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Go transform lives. And in the process, I'm telling you, your gift will make room for you. I believe it with all my heart. I am a living testimony of that. Right now, I have a studio here in Raleigh. If you asked me last year that I would be a studio owner here in Raleigh, I would have told you no. That's a lie. That's a lie. If I told you I would transition from nursing and be a full-time marketer, I would have told you that's a lie. What? This African boy from Korea? No, I wouldn't have believed it. Like the confidence to even be here. I would rather be behind the camera. And I've fallen in love with teaching. Like I have probably done maybe 4 sessions today of teaching, and I love it. And so YouTube, the place that used to scare me the most, is the place where I'm finding so much joy and fulfillment. Like I love doing this. I love doing this. And I'm excited for what God has in store for me and for all the people that are going to be impacted because of my yes. And I want to challenge you. Please, there's somebody who is depending on your obedience. And their life is going to be transformed and changed. And I want you to change this mindset of like you're selling something. No, you are serving someone who desperately needs your services. And I want you to put yourself out of the way, because this is not about you. This is about the kingdom assignment, the thing that God has put in you for others, not even for you. It's supposed to serve you. But don't get in the way. Don't allow the enemy to convince you that you do not deserve to be all that God has created you to be. Man, I love you. I can talk forever. And I hope you can feel the passion and the excitement that I have for you. Please go be amazing. This is going to be an amazing year for you. while others are losing jobs, you are going to be the one hiring them because you obeyed and you did what you are called to do. I'm giving you permission to be amazing and nothing less and nothing more. Much love. God bless.